welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today we're checking in on a white aggro list with some updates from War of the Spark. What did white aggro get out of War of the Spark? A few key cards. One that I'm trying out is a single copy of Tomic, the Distinguished Advocist. It is 2 mana for a 2/3 flyer, human. Everything else, I don't think you actually need to read. It does some weird stuff like keep the opponent from targeting, from playing a Gift of Paradise or using a Nissa who shakes the world. But for the most part, it's a 2 mana 2/3 flyer. The other card that we get is Law Rune Enforcer, which I have 4 of, and it's a common, so easy to pick up. 1 mana, 1/2. 1 mana, tap target creature with converted mana cost 2 or greater. This can help us slam our way through those larger blockers like Wildgrowth Walker. The other card that the deck picks up is Gideon Blackblade, which has +1, up to 1 target creature gains Vigilance, Lifelink, or Indestructible. I really like the Vigilance with the Law Rune Enforcer because you can attack with it and then use it to tap a creature, thanks to Gideon. Where there is a -6 to exile target non-land permanent, I haven't even done that yet. And of course, Gideon is a 4/4 indestructible planeswalker on your turn for only 3 mana, which makes it really good against the control decks of the format. I'm interested to see how this plays out, and I'm trying the full 4 copies. The card I had to replace was History of Benalia, which seems insane to cut from the deck, but at the same time, the deck feels faster and possibly even more resilient to sweepers than it used to be if you hate control. I'm rolling 19 planes, 4 Loxodons, and 4 Conclave Tribunals. The rest of the deck, you've seen it before. You know about how it goes. So let's go try out these new cards in Best of 1 Ranked Mythic and see where new white is, how it's feeling, how it's holding up. Okay, well, we want to try the new cards. This is a hand that can do it. White on white, perhaps? Legion's Landing. Well, right away I can answer with a 1/2 to slow down the opponent's assault. And keep that 1/1 from swinging in. It feels like the opponent is going to be a bit advantaged. If they still have History of Benalia, I can't imagine my matchup is particularly great against that deck without my own. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Gideon will surprise me. We'll see. Alright, we got 2 creatures to play. Law Rune Enforcer on the Tithe Taker also is probably not a good strategy for this spot in the game. So there we go. Pass it on over. Remember, it costs 2 mana if we use it on our opponent's turn, so it would have taken our whole turn just to tap the Tithe Taker. Tithe Taker is one of the cards I cut from my list, just focusing on more 1-drops now that I have the Law Rune. See how that plays out with Gideon, with Legion's Landing. And here's a Sky Marcher, and a Witness, and go. So nothing here is worth taking out right now, but let's play Gideon.
I walk a righteous path.
We can give something Vigilance and swing in with it, but that's not very good at this stage. We can give something Indestructible and swing in with it, and that will gain us a life. I guess that's better. Indestructible. You believe in me? Really? That's nice. Alright, get on in. I do not like that the opponent can turn around and really attack our Gideon and punish us a bit. But Gideon can take a bit of a hit. We also have options like trading our Sky Marcher with their Tithe Taker, Law Rune Enforcer blocking their 1/1. Second Tithe Taker. Ouch. I guess it could be a lot worse. Now the opponent's showing that they have a Convoke effect, so we'll see if it's an Elephant or a Tribunal. It's a Tribunal. That's okay, we have another Gideon.
Retreat!
And there's not a good attack here for the Witness, so that's fine. Benelish Marshal. I guess that makes it easy for me to flip the landing here if that's what I want to do. Another play would be to tap this with the Law Enforce. I could play this, give this the Vigilance, show you that trick, flip the landing, and tap the Witness and get in there. But then the Blackblade is going to die to the counterattack, which isn't great. So let's see, from this stage, I think I'll keep getting in with the 2-2, but leave this back to potentially block some of the 1 toughness attackers. Although if the opponent removes something, I guess that's not good anyway. Yeah, we'll send both. We'll send both. And then we'll use the Enforcer. I guess we can't use the Enforcer on my opponent's turn unless the Tithe Takers die, but still a good blocker. Another option was to Tribunal the Landing, which, ooh, I sort of want to. It's really close on that. All right, the opponent hath ascended. They are much wider than I am, which is very scary. They have another Convoke card. That's very frustrating. Ugh, not the one you wanted to see. Their draw is much better than mine. I mean, we were okay as long as they didn't have some kind of anthem, but now now things are really bad. All right. What can we do? If we play Gideon Blackblade, we can plus it to give something indestructible and attack in to flip the landing. I don't think that that's very good. I don't think that getting Gideon out right now is very good either. So let's launch the Tribunal. Take away the opponent's Venerated Loxodon. And get in with the Lifelink, the Flyer, and the Marshal that doesn't want to block anyway. And leave something back to block the 2-2, should it dare attack me. Although the effect is still very bad against Tithe Taker. But we do have our opponent at 6. We've worn them down. Can we tear a hole in the defenses? They've done more setup, we've done more beating down. How do we get through? Sky Marcher is still attacking. I guess it can't really expect to block because of Law Rune. One thing good about Law Rune here is it is forcing a sort of race, but I don't want to block anything this time. Okay. How about an Unbreakable Formation? No. No, 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 no. No such luck. All right. Well, Law Rune can tap the Lifelinker, and we can attack with these creatures, but the opponent has decent enough blocks. What does another Gideon even do here? What can we do with it? I do feel like I want to Tribunal, and I probably want to make a creature first. 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, tap one more creature. Taking out the Marshal could be a big game, so I like that. And then we need to keep the pressure on our opponent in the air. Let's grab your Marshal. As long as we have this to tap the Sky Marcher, I don't have to worry about getting through, and I just need one more turn. The opponent will probably throw away their Lifelinker, so that gives them an extra turn. But if we keep their board small enough so that it struggles to race us, that has to be pretty high priority. And if they attack with too many things, we turn around and attack them back. But do they have an Unbreakable Formation is the question now. Ugh. Man! Tough game, tough game. Alright, how priced into blocking am I? I mean, yeah, you attack with everything. That's easy mode. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, we have to block. And I don't think I want to give up my Marshal. I think that giving up the Marshal is kind of like conceding. Down to 1. Ouch. All right, another Aspirant. Gideon can what? We can give Vigilance to something. We can also give Lifelink or Indestructible to something. Lifelink is probably the most relevant here, and if we play Gideon, give Lifelink to the Sky Marcher and attack, the opponent might block. Or, seeing this tapped, they might not.
I march into battle as your champion of justice.
We could just go for Vigilance. go for the trade, but I think the lifelink is pretty crucial.
I will lend you my strength.
Also, the opponent not blocking here would give me a really good chance. To block or not to block? That is a question. We're going to go up to 4. With our lifelinking tokens, we can go up to 8. Which means we can take hits from like these. And now here's the other aspirant, which we did need to block the other aspirant. If our opponent has another formation, of course we're just toast. There's not a lot of good cards I could beat here. And the opponent drew 2 lands while we drew 5, which is probably one of the biggest differences in the game. But it's been a tight mirror. It's been a close one. Here's the attack. And yep, the opponent should attack with the lifelinker as well. Okay, Tithe Takers I've decided to get busy. You may as well. I mean, if I kill them, you gain flyers. Okay, it's like that. So, this is pretty easy. We're at 4. So we can go here and go here. And I guess that's the way it has to be. Unless we're throwing away our Marshal, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It's given up a lot of board. We're at 5. Our opponent's at 6. They still have a lifelinking card. A Dauntless Bodyguard would be clutch. We don't draw it. This card is getting really obnoxious. If there's a way I could have taken out sooner, I should have. Maybe I missed something. Alright, lifelink here, right? Gotta keep the number going up.
Leave the darkness.
Might as well attack with this. Can't block. Here's the Hunted Witness, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. And another land. Ugh. Feels really bad. Opponent trying to decide how much to go all in, and they've decided to shove all. So let's make our token. This definitely blocks here and pushes me to 10. If this blocks here, then I'm dead. So I've got to block here or here. And I don't want my opponent to get the flyer. I don't know how I pull off 6 damage, but they did tap everything, so there might be a weird card I could draw, but they can make a creature at instant speed. But maybe they won't do that. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's what we have to do. Feels hopeless. The opponent does go for a creature, though. If we draw a way to remove it... Well, maybe they have 2 creatures. Let's see. Of course they do. Of course they do. Oh, this would have been an awesome draw last turn. We could have prevented life gain from the token. Okay, is there any way to steal this? We've got to get some damage in. Which I think means Gideon has to attack. And we have to have a creature left over, so I think it needs to give vigilance to this. And then we go block, block, block. We go to 3. The opponent has to chump block once, so they block away with this. Then they have... I have 3 blockers. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm still dead. I'm dead in so many bad ways. Okay. Alright. We can minus the Gideon to exile something. What can we exile? I guess we'll have to figure that out afterwards. So first, let's plus. We'll target here. We'll give it vigilance. We'll attack with both. There's a block. Damage. Oh, I can't minus it now. I need to attack without using the plus, so that doesn't work either. I'm a disaster. Alright, Dauntless. Protect Sky Marcher. Now the opponent just has to attack properly, and this is no problem. Yep, I would have had to attack, then minus after. Getting used to my Gideon. I don't think it makes a difference, though. I think I'm dead either way, because I was counting on both abilities. Tight game. We tried. It's not going to work out. But that was a good one. Alright, we'll try it. If we draw another land and another creature, we have Elephant, which is about as good as it gets. I also like playing the Bodyguard when it can protect something to get a little more value that way, especially against red. Oh boy. Here we go. Looks like our hand is going to stall without the right draw, so this is that moment of, brace for it. And we did not get there. We can play a Tribunal now, which might be a good idea. If our opponent has a Chain Whirler, though, it's not. So, yeah, let's just hold up. Let's hold up on that. Chain Whirlers and Frenzies are usually what you have to Tribunal, and Runaway Steamkins, but looks like we're in the clear for that for now. And when my opponent plays triple Wizard's Lightning, it's gonna feel really bad. Boom. Indestructible. Game over, man. Alright, well, I may as well play one now before I can't, when the opponent removes my creature. Hand is bricking. Alright, Banshino returns. They didn't have a Wizard's Lightning last turn. Let's see if they drew one this turn. Okay. Okay, Tybalt. Lots of land for the opponent here, and they have a Lava Runner, and they can attack with it now. Okay. We're not quite dead. Might yet make a game of this, although Tybalt's going to be really obnoxious. That inability to gain life turning off lifelink can be hard, so we're going to have to turn the corner and beat the opponent up here. Here it comes. Tybalt. Opponents can't gain life. Create a 1/1 red devil, and when it dies, 1 damage to any target. So, not the damage output of other cards. I wonder if the opponent's going to get aggressive here. No. Gideon Blackblade. Well, there's the lifelink, but that's not going to work. Should I play out the Benelish Marshal? The Unbreakable formation here is interesting. It lets me turn the corner really abruptly, and it increases the toughness, making everything harder to deal with. I like that a lot. So I'm going for it. The opponent can't really respond with a bolt here that does anything. Like, if they kill the Witness, I just have a lifelinker that's a 2/2 instead of a 3/3 Hunted Witness. And the lifelink doesn't matter, of course, until Tybalt dies, but I plan to throw some things at Tybalt and make the opponent care. Tough choices. One timeout down. You hear those gears spinning. And it's time to make a play, and Heartfire goes Dome. Wow. Wow. Oh wait, I guess we're targeting the devil here? Whoa, weird. I don't think the opponent meant to do that. Alright, you here, you here, you here. Let's make the opponent double block if they want to keep Tybalt. I don't think they want Tybalt that badly, but then next turn Gideon starts gaining life. Unless they have another Tybalt, that is.
just go torture someone else.
You do that, buddy. You do that. Risk factor. I'll take it. Right? I guess the opponent could have double skewer, but whatever. If that's your hand, good for you. Gideon! Lifelink to the Loxodon.
I will defend the weak at every opportunity.
Yes, defend me. I need it.
Prepare for battle.
Prepared. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Come on. Come on. What you got over there? You know all you want to do is bring back that risk factor. That's why you played the other land instead of holding it, because you plan to double risk factor this turn. One bolt won't save you. Hiya. Alright. Up to 11. And they discard the lightning strike. Hey, I'm taking it. I'm taking it. I'm at 7. You can't top deck one card that's going to deal that much damage. And that's game. Okay, we are on the draw with 4 1-drops, 2 Loxodons, and 1 land. I think I keep this, because if I draw 1 land in my first 2 draw steps, I can be like, creature, 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 Loxodon. I mean, on the draw, we might get swept. That might not matter. I still think I try it. I still think I gotta go. I mean, what else is our deck trying to do? Props to General Blue, ranked number 129, and still playing Magic instead of sitting on it. Good for him. Or her. Let's play the Witness. It's a good little stop gap for the Dauntless. Yep, our opponent has Enforcers and Landing on time. Feeling it. Let's go ahead and drop our Laru Enforcers as well, so we can punish our opponent if they wish to get in there. And the 3-drop, what is it? Another landing. That's fine. Could be worse. What else you got? No attack. Yeah, you probably don't want to throw that much under the bus for this Legion's Landing. So I could leave up 1 Law Rune Enforcer to tap down something of the opponent's, because this Enforcer can tap down my Loxodon. So if it does that, I'm going to want to tap something else to keep the landing from flipping. Oh, but I can't. I don't have that mana. Oh well, I guess that's what I have to do then. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What am I missing here? 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't leave both. All right. Then I may as well tap all the creatures. The opponent will tap down the Loxodon with the Enforcer, and then they'll flip their landing, but then they won't have blockers. Yep, makes sense. But then I'm probably going to Loxodon again anyway. It's going to be interesting. I should be able to also Conclave Tribunal, though, next turn. Bodyguard protecting the Law Rune. Our opponent needs an Anthem. Like, they've got a lot of little creatures, but no Anthem yet. It's been a long day of recording. This is my 6th video today. I explained several days ago now in a video, maybe not everybody watching this has watched, that my editor is going on vacation right after I got back from a vacation, so it's the perfect storm of having no content and having to crank it all out in one day. Looking forward to being done with this insane adventure. Alright, who's staying up? You're staying up. Because otherwise the Enforcer just taps it. At least this way I can tap down something of my opponent's too. City's Blessing. Here is tap down your Loxodon. Alright. I could attack. I don't think that's a good attack. I'd rather tap down the Enforcer on my opponent's turn, or tap down one of their creatures if they decide to tap my Enforcer to attack. So here's Snubby. It's a 3/3 for my opponent. Now we see the opponent touching multiple cards. So we might see that beloved Venerated Loxodon. Okay. I'd much rather it's a Conclave Tribunal, and it is. Okay, what's the target? Targeting my what? Loxodon? Sky Marcher? Snubhorn. Okay. Now what? This has Summoning Sickness, so we pass to attacks because now the opponent can't attack with these without losing one of them. And then we activate this, tapping what? Nothing there. Alright. Nothing there I can tap. I always forget. I think it's power 2 or greater. It's casting cost 2 or greater, which is a pretty unique effect for the card. What do we want to protect? I guess protecting the Sky Marcher is pretty good, but it would also make sense to protect something that blocks. Anyway, let's get some attacking going. Hiya. I think all of that wants to go and put pressure on the opponent and their life total. Before we want to shrink the window for them to draw an Anthem as much as we can. A Benelish Marshal is an example of an Anthem. Unbreakable Formation is another example. Things that pump all their critters. And we want to hold the Tribunal for, say, a Benelish Marshal if we can. Alright, are we getting some blocks going? I would welcome that. If we're removing creatures from their battlefield, I feel pretty good about it. Down to 13. Here's Dauntless Bodyguard. Let's defend our Law Rune Enforcer here, so that we have some good blocks even against an Anthem off the top. So what's it gonna be? Plains. Oof. I feel ya. That ain't great. And here we have no attacks. The Enforcer can't tap down anything of theirs, and that's the card they were looking for. Alright. Who doesn't want to attack? The opponent doesn't really have a good block against anything, I don't think. They're going to tap down the Loxodon. But all of their blocks are pretty awkward. I could hold this back, which can be really good for like blocking a lifelink creature and then sacrificing in the matchup. That comes up pretty often. It also is defending one of my Law Runes, which can be helpful. Still, I think making them trade as soon as possible is just better than all the potential upsides. And let's see how the opponent wants to play these blocks. They have a few that are okay, like a snub and a token against a 3/4 Law Rune or something like that. So far we have chumps and a trade. Chumps and a trade. Fine with me. And at that point, the opponent down to 3 creatures. And 2 straight lands off the top. Ugh. General Blue. You know he hates losing to some percentage scrub like me, but it gives me a bit of a boost, so I gotta take it. Alright, we'll try it out. We're on the play, and Elephant Jesus might be able to carry us. Go, Sky Marcher. Let's dance. Ooh, shocking into Llanowar Elves on turn 1. Alright, well, turn 2. I'm not willing to trade my Sky Marcher. So, your go. Let's drop Tomic, the Distinguished Advocus, so we have a 2/3 flyer and lands can't be targets. It's a lot of text to read. It's basically a 2-mana 2/3 flyer most of the time. Wayward Swordtooth. It's on. I think our opponent's trying to do Bolas Citadel shenanigans. If they have a perfect draw, they might be able to get there, but we're going to demand that their draw is perfect, because we're coming in hot. 7 permanents already, going up to 8, possibly ascending next turn. Path of Discovery's here. I mean, the opponent might be able to put it all together. The idea is Path of Discovery with Wild Growth Walker and Bolas's Citadel. Let's definitely make sure we get some things out of the range of Finality, which is the sweeper this deck plays. And then I think I just want to get some damage in. If the opponent's at 15 and they block here and here next turn, they take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So yeah, I want to get in for 1 damage this, or 1 attack this turn to make the next turn's attack lethal unless they have more ways to block it. Bond of Flourishing will gain 3 life and let them look at their top 3 and reveal a permanent to put it into their hand. It is a Wild Growth Walker. That has to be the card they really needed here. Now every creature they play explores. Do they keep a Merfolk Branchwalker? Yes, they do. Up to 21. Lawrune Enforcer off the top might matter a lot. Send the house. This still cannot block. Let's see if we can force our opponent to jump in front. They're at 21 life, so they're doing all right. But they're we've lined up a ton of damage. This is 14, 18, 24 damage. They have to make some blocks. Down to 2. We'll play the Enforcer. It might be able to tap a crucial blocker next turn, if there is a next turn. I guess our opponent now doesn't have the mana to cast Bolas's Citadel anymore. This is going to be really tough for them to gain enough life to stay alive. Can they do it? They get a double Explore here. That's up to 8. Jadelight Ranger on top. Can they survive long enough to play it? They need another creature here for certain. Like, this is not enough. What they have is definitely not enough. They need a land creature to ascend their Swordtooth and gain more life. It's an Assassin's Trophy. Don't think that will do it. With 2 blockers, one of which will be tapped by the Lawrune, this game is over. Deck came out too fast. It would have been amazing to see how that would have turned out on the draw if the Bolas's Citadel deck could combo me. Best of luck in the future, opponent. You got white rolled this time. Camp! We have to camp! We're on exactly 1,000 with about 24 hours to go in the season. We have to exactly camp. I hope you enjoyed this spiky take on white aggro with some of the new cards. There might be too many Gideons in the deck, and trimming them seems okay. We didn't play against Esper or Grixis, which is where Gideon shines. So I think he missed his best matchups here on this particular play session. And I like the Lawrune Enforcer. Still very happy with the card, even if I don't know what it does half the time. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, or leave a comment. You can also support the channel on Patreon for special perks. Links are in the description. Our sponsors are HauntedFlower.com and FlipsideGaming.com. Haunted Flower sells officially licensed MTG apparel and accessories, and Flipside Gaming sells MTG cards and supplies. You can save 10% on either site with the promo code CGB, and it supports the channel at the same time. See you next time for another day in the arena. For now, it's me, it's CGB, signing out.